Hey, thanks for watching. This video I'm going to talk about some Star Wars news. You may have heard that there's a rumor about Obi-Wan Kenobi. They were originally going to make a movie like they did with Solo for Obi-Wan, but I guess that got axed because Solo didn't do so good. But that's, I liked the idea of an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie because I like the character so much, and Solo not so much. So I think if they had flipped that and made an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie and not had so many problems, it may have done better. But following The Last Jedi, anything they did after The Last Jedi, because like I say, the movie you make today affects the movie that comes out tomorrow. But the rumor is that Obi-Wan Kenobi is going to get a TV series on probably Disney Plus, their streaming service that they're going to be coming out with, I think, this year. And I don't know what to think about that, because what's he going to do? I'm sorry. What's Obi-Wan going to do? I mean, at the end of the prequels, he was on Tatooine to watch over Luke. Babysit, he's just going to watch over from afar. So, he lived there for decades, or what, 30 years anyway, I guess, or 20 years, while Luke grew up, making sure sand people and people didn't get Luke. So, and A New Hope, Luke acted like he knew of Ben, but not really that good, because he says, I wonder if they're talking about old man Ben that lives out there beyond the sand dunes or whatever. So, it's a TV series. So, what are they going to do? I mean, if you had to watch over a young child and make sure they didn't hurt, and grew up, what would you do with your time? I mean, I guess he could train young Jedis, but I think that's against, I don't think could he have an academy there? Or a small school for training Jedi? But it didn't look like it. I guess he could go around solving crimes. I don't know. I mean, he's stuck on Tatooine, so his the action would have to come to Obi-Wan, wouldn't it? I don't know what they're going to do, but it looks like we may be getting serious. And I love the character, so I'm curious. We'll see. And the other news is that they're coming out. Hasbro is coming out with some new action figures, and they're calling them retro action figures. And I'm going to show you a picture. And yes, they look exactly like the ones that came out in 1977 or 78. The movie came out in 77. I was 12 years old. I got the early bird mail off, which came with a cardboard stand. That was actually, if they want to send something that makes something new, I wouldn't mind having a replica of that. I know they make some now, but the figures, why are they making, here, let me show an example. Okay, these are original issue vintage Star Wars action figures. 5 POA, points of articulation. This only has 4 POA. His head doesn't turn. And then we've got these, which are awesome, just like the Lego movie says. And Luke came with a removable helmet. And look at the likeness. There's so many points of articulation on this particular figure. It would take me a minute to count them all. I would have to look hard, And the Stormtrooper's the same way. Looks great. He's got a holster back here for his blaster. That's removable. Head turns. let's compare them. You've got these two. And then, you know, Luke in the X-Wing. So, I mean, which do you want? I've talked about this in other videos. I don't... these are for nostalgia reasons only. I mean, I want this. This is what I want. I had the original full collection except for maybe one or two. And I had them for a few years and I think, why am I holding on to these? Because they made so much better figures in the, you know, recent past. And the sweet spot was like 2008 to 2012. These figures were, Hasbro was doing a magnificent job of making figures. And so I ended up just keeping about the first 25, which those are the ones I was attached to, nostalgically attached to. So that's all I wanted. That's all I'm keeping. And I have a lot more of these that are, I mean, look at it. So there's a lot of people that are making a much ado, and I don't know it's about anything, because these new retro figures, I think, are just a novelty. I don't think they're going to be anything bigger. They may put a small dent in the vintage action figure market, but you can get these all the time. I mean, they're not hard to find. Now, on card, in mint condition, yeah, but maybe that's what they're trying to do. If you can't get a hold of a vintage one on card in mint condition, you can get these new figures. And there's only going to be 6 of them to start with, I guess. Darth Vader, Luke, Chewbacca, I think maybe a Stormtrooper. I'm not really sure what else. But I really don't see him doing much. But then again, I don't understand pop vinyls, and I don't understand mini-mates or tie beating babies. I don't understand those. So there's an attraction to them. So they may do something, but I don't think they're going to do anything much. They're a novelty. They're to take you back in time. Of course, I don't know what the price point's going to be on these. I mean, they shouldn't be very much, because I think they're reutilizing the old molds. I've worked in plastics before, and the molds can hang around, and you know, they can clean them up and reuse them. They did it with some of the models that I have that they've recently been re-releasing, like the Leif Erikson ship and the UFO mystery ship, which I ought to do a comparison to that one of these days. But it's not going to be the same. That's what I'm thinking is, you can buy a Stormtrooper on card, one of these new retro figures. It's not going to be the same as opening up a vintage one. It's just not. It may look a lot like it, and it might be able to fool you, but not 100%. And the cards looks like they've got retro stickers on them. So that kind of ruins the effect right there, doesn't it? Of course, you know, those are just preliminary pictures, I'm sure. The actual product may be different. But there's a lot of people that are irritated by it. I wish they would spend their effort and make these kind of figures at a better price instead of making these other figures, retro figures. I don't care about these. So they may make a dent in the vintage action figure market. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm not really too worried about it. Some folks are really pissed off about it. I'm not. Hasbro could be spending their effort somewhere else, but I mean, it's a business. They're there to make money, so they're trying to find a market for other stuff. So I subscribe to Retro Blasting. I love that channel, and he says it's a cash grab. It is. It is, of course. This is all a cash grab. They're trying to make money. I don't care about these new figures. I just put it that way. I don't care. I won't be buying them. Who knows what the price will be. I don't want them. I don't want anybody to buy any and give any to me. If I wanted to really travel back, I would buy a real one on card, mint, and open it. That's what it's all about, nostalgia, you know. So we'll see. I don't know any official word about it, but it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see them on pegs. That'll be I think the most interesting part will be if they're like at Walmart or somewhere, to go in there and see them on pegs. That might put you back in time, because I bought some of my original ones at Walmart. You know, Walmart was still there in the 70s, and I bought some of them there. And the cards, the card backs, they were pretty cool. They were fun. And I don't know what the card back's going to look like on this, but we'll see. Anyway, tell me what you think about the Obi-Wan movie, or TV series, I'm sorry. And tell me what do you think about these new retro action figures coming out. Leave your comments below. I love reading them. So let me know what you think about those two subjects. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next video.